Eighth grade into math lesson 9.1. Explore area in mixed numbers. I can use an area model to multiply mixed numbers. Spark your learning. Miss Cruz wants to use square tiles to cover the front entryway of a house. Each tile she plans to use measures 1/2 a foot and 1/2 a foot. What is the area of the entryway? So they show the little picture over here, right? Okay, 3.5 by 4.5. Draw a visual model to show how many tiles she will use. Then explain how you can use your visual model to find the area of the entryway. Okay, so it says 3.5, right? And each tile is half, right? Okay, so if we come over here and we do half, so here is half. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so here's half. All right, so basically if we did in half, okay, I can't draw it up there like I'd like to because it keeps on wanting to do a point. So if we did halves, how many blocks would we need to go across? Okay, so 1/2, then another half would be 1, another half would be 1.5, another half would be 2, another half would be 2.5, another half would be 3, another half would be 3.5. So 7 boxes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I went 1 too many. Okay, so 7 across, and that is what? 3.5, right? Okay, so then if we need 7 boxes, if we needed 7 boxes for 3.5, how many would we need for 4.5? No, right? And this would be 4.5, right? So 4.5. Okay, and we had 7 boxes here, right? Okay, and 9 boxes there. So technically, how many boxes is that? 63, because we have 7 across the top and 9 down, right? Okay, so that would get us 63. What? Oh, 63. What size boxes? Half size boxes. So it would be 63 over 2, right? Okay. So then that's our improper fraction. How would we make that in not half. What's 2 times 2? Sorry. 4, because you would take 1/2 times 1/2 and get 1/4, right? Okay. So 63 1/4 size boxes. So then what does that equal? That's an improper fraction. So how many times does 4 go into 63? 15. Okay, so 15, and 15 times 4 is 60, right? Okay, so then 3/4. C squared. So that gets us the area of the pad. Okay, now also instead of drawing the picture, I could have also taken what? 4.5 times 3.5, and then I could have made those into what? Improper fractions, right? Okay, so then multiplication plus sign. So this would get me 9/2, right? Times multiplication plus sign, 7/2, which equals 63/4. Is that what I got over here? Yes. Okay. Building understanding. Number 1, Will replaces the tiles on a shower floor. The floor measures 4 1/3 feet by 3 2/3 feet. Will covers the floor with small square tiles. Each tile he uses is 1/3 foot by 1/3 foot. Use the grid to represent the shower floor. Each square represents one tile. Okay. The last one was kind of easy because it was just in halves and we didn't have a whole bunch. So we just counted how many we needed by going up a half, right? Okay. This time what we could do is we could go ahead and do our multiplication plus sign to figure out how many we need to go down and across, right? Okay. So 4 times 3 is what? 12 plus 1 is 13. So we know we need to go down 13 spots. So it's the whole thing, right? Okay. Then, so this is 4 and 1/3. Okay. Then 3 times 3 is what? 9. So 9 plus 2 is 11. So we need to go across 11. Yep, all of them but 2 I went. Okay. And then finish our square out. So this one would be 3 and 2/3. Okay. So how many tiles cover the shower floor? How can you find the total number of tiles without counting them? So what did we say this was over here? How many total tiles? 13, right? Okay, so this is 13/3, right? Okay, and this is what? 11/3, right? So what's 13 times 11? 143. Okay, so 143 tiles because 13 times 11 equals 143. Okay, what is the area of each tile? So each tile is what? A 1/3 by 1/3, right? So 1/3 times 1/3 equals what? Equals 19 feet squared, right? How can you use the area of each tile to find the area of the shower floor? So basically we can do 143 over 1 times 1/9, right? Which gets us 143 over 9, okay? How many times does 9 go into 14? So 143 divided by 9, because a fraction of r also means division, right? So how many times does 9 go into 14? 1. Okay. How many? 14 minus 9 is what? 5. Okay. So add 5, bring down the 3. How many times does 9 go into 53? 5 times. Okay. 53 minus 45 is? And then 9th, right? So our answer would be what? 15 and 8/9 feet squared. What is the area of this map? You can use an area model to multiply mixed numbers. How can you rewrite each mixed number as the sum of a whole number and a fraction? So basically, instead of having this as 1 and 7/8, they want to separate, they want to pull it apart. So 1 plus 7/8, right? Okay, so we could do 1 plus 7/8, and then the other one would be 2 plus 1/2, right? Use the rectangle to draw an area model by drawing a vertical line and a horizontal line to show how you broke apart the mixed numbers in part A and B. Label the side links of the smaller rectangles. Okay, so this is where you guys did these last year too. Okay, so basically, okay, you're gonna do your quadrants, kind of. Okay, so this one would be 1, this would be 2, this would be half, and this would be 7/8. Okay. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to multiply our things out. So 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1/2 is 1/2. 2 times 7/8 would be what? 14/8, which would equal what? 1 6/8, which is equal to 1 3/4. And then 7/8 times 1/2 would get us what? 7/16. Okay, so what equations model the area of the 4 smaller triangles? So basically it's what we just did. So we would say 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times 7/8 equals 14/8. And then 1 times 1/2 was 1/2. And then 7/8 times 1/2 was 7/16. Okay, so how can you use the areas of the 4 rectangles to find the area of the map? Okay, so we would then do what with all those answers? We would add them together, right? Okay, so 2 plus, and we said 1 3/4 plus 1/2 plus 7/16. So what's going to be our common denominator, guys? 16, right? So 2 plus 1 12/16 plus 8/16 plus 7/16 equals, what's 2 plus 1? 3, right? 12 plus 8 is 20 plus 7 is 27/16, which equals what? 4 11/16. So 4 11/16. What's our label? Feet squared. Number 1, Pat cuts fabric for the back panel of a jacket. He measures it to be 1 2/3 feet long and 1 1/3 feet wide. He represents the area on a grid. The side length of each small square in the grid represents 1/3 foot. What is the area of the panel? Show your work. So basically 1 2/3. So we would do our multiplication, plus sign. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. So we need to go 5 down this way. Okay. Multiplication, plus sign. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. So we need to go down 4 this way. And then make our rectangle. Okay, so this one was 1 2/3. So there were 5 boxes there. This one was 1 1/3. So there's 4 boxes here. Okay, so what is the area of the panel? So 4 times 5 is what? 20, but then each one is 1/3 by 1/3. So it'd be 20 what? Well, you'd have to take 1/3 times 1/3 for each box, right? Which equals 1/9. And then there's how many of those little boxes? 20. So it'd be 29, which equals 2 2/9. But you could also have done it this way and done the 4/3